Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is Just Prez coming at you with another 2K25 My Team video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my lineup for King of the Court. I will be live streaming King of the Court when it starts, so if you guys want to watch me try and win King of the Court, come through to the live stream. I'll be live right when it starts. But anyway, we're going to go into my lineup, and then I want to talk about some cards that have dropped in price. Obviously, they're going to be a little more expensive today, but starting like Sunday night, Monday morning, going to drop in price a little more, and some cards I want to go over since the market's been crashing so much that I think are going to be good pickups for your guys' team. Maybe before this King of the Court or for the next one. Starting at my point guard, shooting guard spots, I got Penny Hardaway at my starting point guard. He's 6'7", every badge on Legend. Basically the same card as Julius Erving. Literally the reason I think I like him a little more is because he doesn't have an afro, and I find his jump shot just a little bit easier to time because Penny Hardaway is basically bald. I think that's literally the only advantage that Penny Hardaway has. So I have him starting at point guard. Starting at my shooting guard, I have LaMelo. He's got 38 Legend badges on him, but the main reason I like this card is just he's a great scorer. I think he has enough size to compete at the two. Obviously, he's a little undersized, but before I was playing Kawhi Leonard, so I mean, the size doesn't change much for me. The only two badges he's missing is Bailout and Immovable Enforcer. So basically, I have a GOAT LaMelo starting at the two. At my starting small forward position, I have GOAT Dirk. This card's absolutely ridiculous. I feel like I fail to play through him sometimes, so I'm definitely going to work on that during King of the Court. But he's a great scorer, absolutely elite card. If your opponent doesn't have size at the three, which is becoming more common and something I'm going to talk about with cards that I think you guys should pick up. But 7 foot at the three, if your opponent has like a 6'9" small forward, he's just going to eat. So he's coming in at my small forward for King of the Court. At my starting power forward, I have GOAT Shaq. Again, 40 Legend badges, absolutely ridiculous card. Has the Oscar upper, but I actually think it's pretty good. I do like his jump shot a lot. He comes with a lot of size, and if obviously I have 4 primary scorers here, so I have a ton of offense in my starting lineup. But as well as that, Shaq is going to compete on defense. He's 325 pounds, has like a 7'5" wingspan. He's absolutely ridiculous, and if I can't score with any of these guys, Shaq can put the ball on the floor very well and bail me out of a few spots, which he does quite often. So he's going to play power forward for me. At my starting center, I'm not actually going to start Ralph. I have Yao Ming coming in for my starting center. He's got, I believe, 35 Legend badges, so he's getting close to getting maxed out too. Still an absolutely ridiculous card. Sure, there's maybe a few better centers in the game, but 35 Legends on this card. He competes super well. He's still 7'6", has a decent shot. He does a lot of work for us on the court. So that is going to be my starting lineup. I'm just going to go through the bench quick. At my bench point guard, I do have the Pro Pass Julius Erving. Again, like I said, the only reason I start Penny over Julius Erving is because I hit more shots with Penny Hardaway. But other than that, they're the same card, so my offense is basically always being ran through the same card, which is nice. Coming in at my backup shooting guard, I kind of have to make this choice now, and I'm between Larry Bird, Cedric, and Paul George, but I think I'm going to go with Larry Bird. Has the most size. He's the best scorer besides Cedric, but he's also taller, so he competes a little bit more on defense, has better defensive stats. So if I need him to get a bucket, he can definitely do that. Coming in at my backup small forward, I have the new Glow Alonzo Mourning. I think this card is absolutely ridiculous, and one of the cards I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But he's stupid. He's super tall. Played 2 games with him, and he's averaging 18 points in 6 minutes. So I think that tells you what you need to know about the card. Again, I mean, he's a 6'10" small forward with a great shot, elite dribble moves. He's absolutely elite. I actually sold my 40 Legend McHale in order to pick up LaMelo Ball, and then I put in Alonzo Mourning, who I did pull out of my free 10 box in at my backup small forward. Coming in my backup power forward, I have Ralph Sampson. Mine has, I believe, 24 Legend badges, so he's getting up there in Legend badges too. Absolutely elite card, 7'4", can shoot over anybody. And he just creates a lot of problems if your opponent doesn't have a good 4. So he's going to be playing my backup power forward, which I think is my biggest advantage of my team, that I have Ralph Sampson coming off my bench. You could argue that he should start over Shaq, but I like bringing him off the bench for that little advantage that he does bring. Coming in at my backup center, I have Taco Fall. I know a lot of people don't like this card. I actually do really like him. And then my coach gives +6 speed and stamina, so it actually is a little bit less of a problem for him. And then mine comes with, I believe, 17 legend badges. Yeah, so he's badged up super well. Got all the ones you need: box out, beast, rebound chaser, brick wall, immovable, set shot. Ton of good legend badges on him. Most of my Hall of Fames are ones he doesn't really need, except for like slippery off ball would be nice. So that is going to be my lineup. I might just fill out the rest of my lineup with golds. Actually, I'm gonna fill out my bench slots just in case someone does get injured. So I'm gonna throw in Devin Booker, gonna throw in Kawhi Leonard, and I'm gonna throw in probably Kristaps for a big man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Kristaps. So that's gonna be my team for King of the Court here. I want to go into some cards that I think you guys should be buying, starting with the Invincibles if you can afford them. None of the GOAT cards have changed much except for Penny Hardaway, I think. Penny Hardaway's gotten a little bit cheaper. He was about $1 million MT before, and I think he's been ending around like 800K, 700K. So he's a decent one if you want to pick him up. But going into the Invincibles here, the first one I want to talk about is actually Kevin McHale. He's gone down in price a lot. He's ending around 600K when a week or two ago he was ending around 1.4 million. So he's gone down about 700K in price in the last couple weeks, and he is absolutely elite. Obviously a bunch of these are badged up, but this one's going to end right when King of the Court starts. 12 base legend badges. I think the card's super good to pick up. Another Invincible I want to talk about is Chris Bosh. He's ending for around 500 or 600K. 6'11" small forward with a good shot, decent dribble sigs. He's gonna be able to compete against the cards like Dirk and cards like that are becoming more common. And for a 6'11" small forward, he's not super expensive in terms of Invincibles. Those are really the only two. Amen Thompson's also gone down in price. You can see he's at 250 with 17 minutes left. So he is a good pickup. He's basically a Julius Erving clone. So he is super elite, and I think that's really the only Invincibles that I want to talk about in terms of like cards that have gone down. Obviously LaMelo has gone down a lot because his GOAT card came out. I got this one with 38 legend badges for a little bit under 700K when just a few days ago he was going for like 1.2 million MT. So he's gone down a lot because of that GOAT card. Draymond's also a good card and not very expensive at all. You see he's at 178. With 3 minutes left, he's going to play a lot of defense on the court. So those are kind of the Invincibles I want to go over. I think LaMelo and Chris Bosh are super good pickups right now. Going into the new cards, I think Alonzo Mourning is a great pickup. I'm going to have to actually go search for him in the auction house because I do not have the ability to do so, and I cannot spell. There we go. So Alonzo Mourning, this one's ending for 100K with 6 legend badges. I don't think he's a buyout, but he could be at this point. Doesn't look like it, but he's very close. I'm not sure who bid 350,000 MT on that one Alonzo Mourning, but he's super good. Another one of those small forwards that's going to be able to compete. Great slasher, great defender. Has a huge player build because obviously he's a center in real life, or when he did play, he was a center. Big card, super elite. Some other cards I want to go over. Nobody in the Breeze set, really. I don't think that set's very good. Fireworks, Lauri Markkanen is really good. Another one of those small forwards that's going to compete well for you. He's getting closer to 100K. You're definitely going to be able to pick him up for around 150,000, if not cheaper. This one with 32 legends doesn't even have a bid on it with 12 minutes left. So he's super good. Big Z dropped like a little bit in price, but he's still super expensive. If you have the MT, I think there's a few better options, but he is really, really good. He's 7'3" with an elite shot. He's a great card. Jimmy Butler, I think, is still a buyout, and he's a good card too. His shot's just a little slow, But I mean, there's a ton of these fireworks cards that I think are good. And then going into the season 7 cards, a lot of the champions cards have dropped in price. They're all pretty affordable now in terms of what they used to be. Like LeBron used to be 2 million MT. He's ending for like 550 now. Kevin Durant, same thing, if not cheaper. He's ending for around 550k. So these cards have gone down a lot. Giannis has gone down the most, but I also don't think Giannis is worth it at this point. He is a card I would stay away from, but Kevin Durant, LeBron James, super good pickups. Splash Zone, nobody that I really advise. Automatic, nobody, unless you want Sean Marion, but he's been a buyout forever. 40k for, I mean, a pretty good shooting guard. So if you want a cheap 100 overall shooting guard, he's 6'7", with one of the best shots in this entire game. Sean Marion's actually a pretty solid pickup. Then going into the draft cards, honestly, nobody that I would really advise, unless you're okay with playing with a short point guard. Kazi Russell's really good. Wembanyama has not gone down in price hardly. He was $2 million when he dropped. He's still ending at like 1.6. So I don't know. He is still super expensive. And then when you start to come down here, things kind of start to fall off. Obviously, Dikembe Mutombo is really cheap now, so you can pick him up. Michael Beasley is really cheap also. I think he's around 150k at this point. So there's a couple good dark matters you can pick up. Nobody else that I would really advise though. And then that's kind of where you're going to end off. All of these guys here are still pretty expensive. But yeah, so Chris Bosh, Alonzo Mourning, Amen Thompson, some of those cards that I did go over. LaMelo Ball, I think these are really good pickups for you guys right now with the auction house kind of going down. So that's going to end it off for my video today. If you guys did enjoy, found any of these players or tips, or you liked my lineup or whatever you enjoyed about the video, if you didn't enjoy it, don't like and subscribe. But if you did, we're on the road to 200 subscribers. I'd very much appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the live stream at 12 o'clock Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. And I hope to see you in the live stream, but I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.